it's me, Vicky Marie, and good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are in this crazy world we're living in. So I've still got a poorly throat, so I've got to keep my talking to a minimum. So I've not been able to, probably won't do any lives this weekend, any actual live videos, but I still have to keep you up to date with what's going on. Or I still want to keep you up to date with what's going on. And of course, you know, we've been following this case of John George so closely, and his family, his dad Billy, and the rest of the family, his mum, his grandma, his sisters, his brother, etc. And the ones that were out here in Spain have now gone back to Belfast. And of course, they're just starting to assimilate all this, because it probably all felt a bit unreal while they were actually out in Spain, you know, searching for John. It was probably like some sort of nightmare that they thought they were going to wake up from. And now they've got home, and it's like reality will really be sinking in now. But you know what? They're a very strong family. They're a very together family. And because of that, they will get through all this. And now it's justice for John. John's been found. He'll be following not far behind his family, going back to Belfast. And I'm sure they'll give him a fantastic send-off. But now the question is justice for justice for John. Which, of course, one of the suspects has been released today, but on bail, on condition. They've had to surrender their passport. They have to report every fortnight to the police station. And, you know, there will be a case coming up. It's not like freedom, complete freedom. They just must have made a decision. They don't think he's dangerous to anybody else, but also they do not think that he is the main author of the crime, do they? So that's probably why. But you know, Spanish system is strange. There's no doubt about that. Very strange. Okay, but I mean, it's a complex investigation, I think, with a lot of facets to it. So it's not cut and dried. He's on bail, really, basically, isn't he? Okay, so what I just wanted to show you quickly, keeping my speaking to a minimum, so it'd be quite a short video. And but I know you'll be interested in seeing, if you haven't seen already, the scenes at the airport when the family arrived, the family that had been out in Spain, arrived back in Belfast to be greeted by not only the rest of the family that hadn't been able to come out to Spain, but also, you know, so much support. So let's have a look at that. And you know, it's funny, isn't it? Because in these such sad things that happen, there's always such uplifting things as well. You know, the support this family have had, and the support of people behind them, and it's just incredible. And it does make you feel emotional, but in a nice way, you know, that everybody, so many people cared about John and cared about this family. It is an uplifting thing, as well as obviously this being such a sad story. So this looks like they've put some trolleys together there to hang up their banner, John George murdered. I mean, they're not going to let it go, because they're not going to let it go away, obviously. And the thing is, the Irish police will be working with the Guardian. Now Interpol's involved. You know, this isn't now an international crime, if you like. You know, so what happens in Belfast will be relevant to what happens in Spain and vice versa. Sorry, my voice is just rubbish, so let's get on with it. So yeah, so they put a couple of trolleys together so they could hang their banner across.
Just a cleaner.
was just wondering if some of these people coming through, do they not know what's going on? Because they look sort of, they're probably thinking, oh my God, what the hell's going on? Because, some people don't follow social media, etc., do they? Let's watch that again. Oh. 4 people coming. So many people. Let's watch it once more. So those people's faces, like, oh God, what's going on? Are they is it? Am I being pranked? But surely you think most people must have heard of it by now, because of course it's been on all the Belfast news, etc., not just on social media, but on mainstream media. So you think people would know. But some people don't take any notice of the news. But it did make me smile a little bit. Some of their faces as they were coming through, all the people that were clapping. But it just shows you as well, isn't it? I was just thinking as I was watching that, life goes on, doesn't it? And your life, when you lose someone, I remember losing my friend, like when I was young, about 19. I remember going to work. I worked at the Social Security for all places at the time, sitting on the reception desk. Can you imagine the Social Security sort of in the 80s, or, well, it was, when was it? Yeah, 80s, early 80s, recession, Thatcher's recession in Manchester. It wasn't the most, it was, I probably shouldn't have gone into work, but I just couldn't sit at home, where it's like you just can't sit at home and do nothing. I think, at the time, my friend had been run over, or had she actually died then? I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't matter in the sense of this story, but it was just, you're sort of sitting there and people are coming up, whinging about whatever, you can imagine on the reception at the unemployment office, or the Department of Health and Social Security. And you just want to scream at them, do you know, my friend is dead, or she may have been run over then, and because she was on life support for a couple of weeks, and she actually died on Christmas Day. So I doubt if it was the next day. I think this must have been the day after she was actually run over, and she was on life support in the hospital, and we'd been told that she wasn't likely to survive. So you just, and everybody's sort of continuing their normal life. It's surreal, isn't it? It really is surreal, that feeling that you have, because you can't believe that the world's not stopping because your world's stopped, because you've lost your loved one, but the rest of the world's just carrying on as if nothing's happened. It's very sad. But anyway, that's how it is, and it can be that. That's how it felt for me. But there'll be, other people lose people, and my life carries on. What I'm saying, even though I can be still empathetic towards them, but it's not my life that's affected ultimately. It's a bit like the cases we cover, and we care about the cases that we cover, of course we do. But we don't have to live without that person, like this family do. So although we cared about John and we've rooted for the family and hoped that they would find him, and now they have, and they've gone back, and we feel invested in their feelings. We feel their pain, we feel that they're sort of strange, bittersweet happiness they must have felt that they found John's body at least, and they weren't, God, they could have been here forever trying to look for John, because of course they were in the wrong place as well, thanks to being led on a wild goose chase. So, yeah, but you know, at the end of the day, it doesn't affect our lives. Their lives are forever affected. Their lives will never be the same. So, yeah, it's sort of life, isn't it? It's life. Death is part of life, you know. And obviously, John George, he was murdered and he died too soon. But you know, we all have to face this at some point. But you know, not at his age.
Thing. Bring my son home. Can I put
Oh, I think Billy especially has broke all our hearts, hasn't he? Because he's worn. It's rare for a man to wear their heart on their sleeve, isn't it? And Billy's worn his heart on his sleeve right from the beginning. He just is who he is. He says it as it is. And he's captured everybody's hearts, I think, especially as a father, desperate father, looking for his son who is said, you know, he wasn't not an angel, but he's what did he call him? A melter. He's a melter, but he's my melter. And you know, he's just captured everybody's hearts. Oh.
the support you have given us? Is unbelievable. Unbelievable. These people who think they can go to Spain and lure people out and murder them didn't think they had an army behind John. They were wrong. They were so wrong.
Let's watch that again. Yes, they still, you know, they seem to really think that John was actually lured out there to be murdered. How awful, whatever had gone down, whatever the reasons were, what a horrible, horrible thing to do. Well, I'll tell you what, if that's what they did do, they didn't plan it very well, did they? No, they may think they're sort of criminal masterminds, but they clearly are not.
The support you have given us is unbelievable. Unbelievable. These people who think they can go to Spain and lure people out and murder them didn't think they had an army behind John. They were wrong. They were so wrong.
Oh. Yeah. So tonight.
Just a Cana. Just a Cana.
So tonight they're back in Belfast. It'll be a very, very strange feeling, a relief in one when they'll be just dying now to get their son over there. I don't know when they're going to release the body, how long it will take. Hopefully not long. Hopefully you know, they will release it. They won't keep the body for a long time. I don't think they will. I think it should only be a couple of weeks. I'm sure they will let us know through because I've taken these videos and photos off the Facebook page. I hope they won't mind. Well, I know they won't mind because they present them publicly. They want John's face to be. They want people to see John's face, you know. So, and they want people to know that they are not going away, and they're going to get now justice for John. First of all, they wanted to find John. Now that John's been found, he'll be brought home, and then he'll be put to rest. They'll give him a massive send-off, I would imagine. And then it will be justice for John. Now, in Spain, you do get justice, but, you know, it does move slowly, unfortunately. But then I don't think it's only Spain that, to be honest. You know, court cases do take quite a long time normally, don't they? We'll watch these one. We'll just go along and watch them, and just so you get a good look at them.
Remember one thing. Bring my son home. When I was on board.
Hey, sorry, that's a dog's bark.
The support you have given us is unbelievable. Unbelievable. These people who think they can go to Spain and lure people out and murder them didn't think they had an army behind John. They were wrong. They were so wrong.
Okay. Sorry. So, yeah, that's the family home. And now justice starts, and when John will be coming home soon, and then it will be the funeral, etc. You know, this is the how it's going to go, isn't it? And then it'll all be about justice for John. So thank you for caring about John and his family. I think, you know, people really have cared, haven't they? So many different people that care. That's got to give some, well, like he said, does help. It does help. It doesn't bring John back, but it just helps all that support that he's had, and not only from his family and friends, but from people that they don't even know, and people all over the world, you know, not just even in Ireland, not just in Spain, people all over the world supporting this family. Okay, I'll see you really soon in the next video. And until then, as always, may your God go with you. Bye.